Welcome back to RV Dreams. And that's probably not something that I should be saying. I am anyway. It's one of those things like anybody who's on YouTube, tell me that this isn't true. You have looked up how to actually start your videos, how to actually intro your videos, and you found out that certain things you're not supposed to do, certain things you are supposed to do, and all that nonsense. And if I go like this, you can see my light really well, and I'm trying not to look in that direction too much. So most of my attention is going to be this way, which is where I actually have my clock. Go figure. But anyway, it's going to be an interesting life in the next little bit. I'm actually moving full time into the RV, starting off in less than a month. Ugh. Less than a month. I'm going to be full time in the RV. I'm hoping. You know, life stuff. You get the idea. But anyway, no, life changes. Life changes are coming. I'm in school right now. Some of you already know this. Oh, excuse me. I'm in school for executive coaching. So I'm in school for that. I'm taking the ICF exams, and they are powerful because what you think you know is about here. What you actually know is over here. You'd think it would go this way. No. What you think you know, what you actually know, what you're expected to know. Like, oh yeah, I'm having wild imposter syndrome with some of these things because at first it was like, yeah, I know how to tell people things. I know how to give advice. Yeah, yeah, I can do that. And it's like, yeah, that's not coaching. That's that's not at all coaching. So it's one of those things like I'm gonna be changing a lot of my lifestyle. And one of the things is my comfy sweaters. I love my hoodies. And I got this one in San Gregorio, California. And this is really cool. I don't think I've ever talked about this on the channel. There was, and I'm not even kidding, we pulled up next to this general store. It was the wildest thing. Pull up next to the general store, and I see a fish head hanging off of a fence post. And I was like, well, that's kind of weird. The next fence post over was actually a fish, like the skeleton of a fish. And I was like, crazy. And you look at the next one, the next one, the next one, the next one. Like it was just a whole row of fish and fish heads hanging off of this thing. It was like, that's bizarre. I don't get it, but okay, whatever paddles your canoe. And I thought it was kind of funny. And then I get into the general store. This is their logo, is the fence with the fish on it that their neighbor actually has. Like it's right across. It's an attraction. I thought that was just priceless. And like, I don't even care how much the sweater is. I'm buying it. And it's anyway. So that's the story behind the sweater. It's awesome. I love it. I love the story behind it. I've got only a handful of hoodies. I think I've got 3 hoodies altogether. That's it. Only 3 hoodies. I've got a handful of t-shirts, but I have mostly dress shirts and I have button-down t-shirts, like short sleeve, but button down. They look nice. But the idea is because I'm becoming a coach, because I'm doing the executive coaching, because I'm going to be meeting with people in the C-suite all the time, the C-suite being the CFO, the CEO, the COO, the whatever. You get the idea. And because I'm going to be meeting with these very powerful individuals on a regular basis, this is how they dress. I'm going to have to give up a lot of this. So that's the thing that's going to be happening. So that's part of what the channel is changing. And I'm going trading in a lot of my sneakers and my hikers and that kind of thing. My easy slip-on shoes. I love my slip-on shoes. I'm probably going to keep a pair or two of those around anyway, but it's just my whole life. My whole life is changing. So what I'm going to do is, like I said, I'm moving into the RV in about a month. A little less, but about a month. I'm actually moving in full time into the RV. I'll be part time here in this location, which is my room. We talked about that in the last video. But yeah, full time in the RV, which is going to be wildly exciting. Lots of fun. Very interesting because where do you park a 31-foot RV? 31 ish, 32 feet maybe with the anyway, the hitch that I have for the toad, that's gonna like add another foot or so. So ballpark, we're looking at in the neighborhood of 32 feet. So we'll round it down. We'll say 30 feet. So I've got a 30-foot RV, which is a fair bit bigger than your standard car. Standard car is only about 15 or 20 feet. 15 feet for a compact cars, that's about it. 20 feet for a regular size cart, maybe 25 you get one of those land yachts we used to drive back when in the old days, the 1900s. That. You get a land yacht like that, and like, yep, they were close to 25 feet right there. And I'm coming in at 30. They do not make parking spaces for a 30-foot vehicle anymore. They really don't. They have like two 15-foot parking spaces, and that's it. That kind of thing. But yeah, whatever. I'll figure out where to park. There's a few places around the neighborhood that I'm going to be able to park, and it's van life in the city is becoming more difficult because a lot of people are saying that Walmart is cracking down on all the van lifers. And we've got all these van life isn't allowed here, van life isn't allowed there. There are malls that are now putting up signs saying no overnight parking, no excuse. And it's like, well, where do you park now? Like, now what do you do? So I'm coming in at 30 feet. So that's 30 feet's a challenge. I take up two full parking spaces right there. And that's just like the pull through spots. Like I take up two right there. And like, okay, now where do I park? If I can't park at Walmart, I can't park at the mall. I can't park, there's 104 you can't park here places. So where am I going to park is going to be the big challenge for me. And that's, I'm going to bringing you along on the journey. Let's see where that goes. And it's going to be interesting to see how my lifestyle, my wardrobe change, because my lifestyle is changing because I'm going to be dealing with a lot of the C-suite professionals. I have to step into their world. I can't say, jeans and a t-shirt. Yeah, shorts are fine. Yeah, wear a hoodie. Like, can't do it. Can't do that anymore. I have to actually dress like a professional and be a professional. So it's going to be interesting. How am I going to become a professional while at the same time being a van lifer? That's going to be a challenge. And then there's little things like, let's see, in the next week, week and a half, about the next week and a half, we're actually getting it dewinterized. We're going to be filling it up with fresh water. We're going to be doing all that stuff. We're going to have the flush toilet back. We're going to have all these great things. And I'm going to be able to shower in my unit. Like, it'll be fabulous. But I can't have a shower every day. If I have a shower every day, I got to worry about where am I getting all that fresh water from? And at the same time, where am I putting it? So that's going to be an issue. $20 for a dump station doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're living out of your van or you're living out of your RV, $20 a day, whew, that's a lot. 20 bucks every second, third day, once a week, even. It adds up. Like $20 a day, like, forget it. I'm not doing it. But $20 once a month, I could do that. But then that's the thing. I say $20 might be $30 by the time this video comes out and I actually start doing stuff. It might be $30. Who knows? I'm not honestly sure. I haven't really looked into it yet. But the biggest issue that I have right now is where am I going to park? That's going to be a me problem. But I figured I would bring you along on my journey. This is my journey, my life. This is what I'm dealing with. Like I've got my light. I've got all kinds of other lights. I'm trying not to get the reflection. But anyway, I've got all kinds of stuff. My electricity needs are through the roof because I have a half a dozen little batteries. I've actually not half a dozen. I've got three, I believe, three batteries that I need to. There are four of these, but I've got three of the other batteries that I need for my new camera, which is hiding down below here. So I have to charge that. I have to have electricity for my computer, for my phone, for my microphone, for new microphone. Anyway, for my light, I have to charge that every once in a while. Like, I have very high electricity needs. So the question is, can I run the generator during the day, or is there someone that I can actually plug in? And again, that comes to another pile of questions. And what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? And who knows? It's one of those things. I'm debating on what exactly it is that I can do, what I'm going to do, what's going to happen, that kind of thing. We're going to find out. We're going to find out all of the fun, crazy, wild stuff. And I'm trying to look all over the place here to see where my number is for how long I've been recording it. I don't have a number yet. Anyway, the important thing is that I'm distracting the crap out of myself. So the important thing is that what I'm doing is I'm actually trying to move into the van. I'm trying to move in there full time, or not the van, the RV. I'm trying to move in there full time, so I'll be doing a lot of stuff that you're not going to see this in the background, and you're not going to see my pretty window that I always keep covered up during because if I let the light in from there, this light is terrible. Then light's an issue. So anyway, I do what I can with what I have, is what it really boils down to. And you're going to see a whole new lighting situation where I'm probably not going to have that light. I'm probably going to have a whole other setup going on. I might have just like ambient light coming in from the windows. I might have the ceiling lights coming on. I don't know what I'm going to have. I don't know what I'm going to do. I might have this light on the other side of me. There's a million. I have no idea what I'm going to do. But then that's part of the fun because I'm taking you along for the journey. So my life is changing, my lifestyle is changing in two directions at once. So that, the pain and the frustration of how am I going to do this on a daily basis? Like I have no idea. And then my wardrobe obviously is going to be changing because we talked about that. Like I'm getting rid of all my sweaters and stuff, and well, not all of them. Not really getting rid of them. I'm going to wear them out. Like you wear sweaters for a year or two, and then you throw it away. Like I've got one blue sweater. It's a great sweater. Love it to pieces. But now it's stretched out so much like cotton, stretches out like crazy. So now, when I bought it, it fit like this one fits, but now it looks like you could fit two of me in there, and it actually fit when I first got it. So that's going to be a frustrating thing that I get to deal with, and just all the little things. We're gonna figure stuff out as we go, and it's going to be entertaining, and I'm going to figure out what exactly I can do, what I can't do, all the fun stuff that comes along with that. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun. So I highly recommend that you stay subscribed. And if you're not subscribed already, I highly recommend you do that because as soon as you get subscribed, we're going to be able to talk even more. You get to stay updated even more. So speaking of staying updated, go down there, tickle the little bell, go all the way up to all, tickle that, make sure you're subscribed, make sure you have your bell notifications on. We're going to be doing great. Don't forget to give it, I just did that and I reminded myself, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, give it a good like. Don't be shy. I really appreciate that. And it helps the YouTube algorithm know that people other than just my mom actually care about these videos. Anyway, do all that good stuff, and we will talk again soon. Until then, don't be shy. Go outside because worst case scenario, you get killed by a bear. And if it's not that, man, it's not that bad of a day. So go outside, have fun. Talk to you soon. Take care.